You've got a genuinely smart AI agent, but it keeps fumbling the same task, wrong format, ignoring your conventions, doing it its way instead of yours. So you re-explain, and next session, it's forgotten, and you're explaining it all again. It's like having a brilliant new hire with amnesia. What if you could write the instructions once and the agent just knew? That's exactly what agent skills are, and they've quietly become one of the most important ideas in how we build with AI. Here's the core problem. Modern agents are amazing generalists. They know a little about almost everything. But they show up to your project like it's day one, missing the specific procedures that make them actually useful to you. How your team formats a report, your exact deployment steps, your naming conventions, your brand voice. So what do people do? They cram it all into a prompt every single time. But prompts don't stick. Context gets rebuilt from scratch each session, behavior drifts, and you're forever re-explaining. That doesn't scale. So what is a skill? It's refreshingly simple. A skill is just a folder. At its heart is one file, SKILL.md, a plain text file in Markdown. It opens with a name and a description, then the actual instructions. And alongside it, optionally, whatever the agent needs. Scripts it can run, templates, reference documents. The best way to think about it comes from Anthropic, who created the format. A skill is an onboarding guide for a new hire. Capture your procedure once, and any agent can pick up that folder and instantly work like it knows the ropes. And it's an open standard, released December 18, 2025. The same folder works across Claude Code, Cursor, Copilot, and dozens more tools. Write it once, use it everywhere. Now here's the genuinely clever bit. If you install dozens of skills, doesn't that flood the agent's memory with instructions it doesn't need? The answer is a technique called progressive disclosure, 3 levels. Level 1. At startup, the agent loads only the name and a one-line description of each skill. Tiny, just enough to know a skill for this exists. Level 2. The moment a task looks relevant, it reads that one skill's full instructions into context. Level 3. Only if needed, it opens the extra scripts or reference files. So the agent isn't drowning in every instruction at once. It keeps a clean context and pulls in expertise on demand, exactly like someone who knows which manual to grab off the shelf. That's how skills scale to hundreds. Now people constantly mix these up, so let's make it crystal clear, because they're partners, not rivals. MCP is how an agent connects to tools, the universal plug. That's access. A tool is a single capability, send an email, query the database. That's an action. A skill is know-how, the procedure, the playbook for doing something well. That's expertise. And a subagent is a separate specialist with its own clean context. That's delegation. The beautiful part, they stack. A subagent equipped with a skill that tells it how to use a tool it reaches through MCP. MCP gave your agent hands. Skills give it the training to use them. So why does this matter so much? 3 reasons. 1. Reusability. Because it's an open standard, you build a skill once and it works across every compatible tool. No rebuilding for each platform. 2. And this is the big one, consistency. The hard part of agents isn't getting a good result once in a demo. It's getting the same reliable result every time in production. Skills lock in a procedure so the agent stops improvising and drifting. 3. The ecosystem. There are already official skills for editing PDFs, building slide decks and writing code plus thousands community-made. Often you don't even write your own, you just install one. But there's a catch, and it's important. Remember, a skill contains instructions and code that your agent will follow. So a malicious skill is a real danger. A booby-trapped one could quietly tell your agent to leak data or take actions you never intended. And this isn't hypothetical. Security researchers who scanned thousands of public skills found prompt injection attempts in roughly a third of them. So the golden rule is simple. Only install skills from sources you trust, ones you wrote, or that come from the official source. And if you're pulling one from somewhere unknown, open it up and read it first. A skill is only as trustworthy as where it came from. So that's Agent Skills, a folder, an onboarding guide that teaches an agent your procedures permanently, loaded cleverly on demand through progressive disclosure. And it stacks neatly with tools, MCP and subagents. MCP gave agents access. Skills give them expertise. Together, that's how a generalist AI becomes a reliable specialist. Your way. Next up, context engineering, the craft this all sits inside. Subscribe for AI engineering explained visually and tell me in the comments, what's the first repetitive task you'd turn into a skill?